While The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes already offered a look into a part of the Hunger Games timeline that was never explored in the initial series, the prequel movie actually peeks into another mysterious segment of Panem that could easily become the next movie in the franchise. At the end of 2023, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes reinvigorated audiences' love for the Hunger Games franchise, which was first adapted to the big screen in 2012. Now, the prequel has left many wondering whether the series will continue with even more prequel, sequel, and spin-off movies. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes follows the love story of Coriolanus Snow and Lucy Gray Baird. However, the beginning of the film includes a flashback to Snow's youth, which is one of the few peaks audiences have ever gotten into the dark days. The dark days are referenced in both the Hunger Games trilogy and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes as the time when the capital fought a war against the districts. Though the prequel film only shows a brief glimpse into the dark days, it was enough to pique audience interest. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes' Dark Days scene set up a Hunger Games war prequel movie. Despite being only a brief moment in the greater Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie, the Dark Days flashback easily sets up a new The Hunger Games prequel movie. After the successful release of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it became clear that love for the Hunger Games has not decreased since 2012. Audiences are still invested in those stories and that world. Therefore, another prequel centered on the Dark Days would most certainly be successful, and furthermore, could keep the excitement for the franchise alive. The Dark Days is a perfect topic for a Hunger Games prequel. The Dark Days are a piece of history that loom constantly over the Hunger Games books. It is obvious that it happened and had significant effects on the present, but nothing specific is ever explored until The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and even that is brief. Overall, the Dark Days offer context to the greater Hunger Games world, and also, have the potential to explore any number of new characters and problems. Audiences will finally be able to see how and why the Hunger Games began. A Hunger Games Dark Days prequel movie could fix Mockingjay's mistakes. Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen aims a bow and arrow in the Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 2. Additionally, a movie focused on the Dark Days could repair a problem created by the Hunger Games Mockingjay movies. While those films were considered war films in some ways, as Katniss joins District 13 and begins her assault on Snow and the capital, Mockingjay's war is slow-paced. The movie includes more discussion and missions than actual face-to-face combat. The Dark Days prequel could change that. This new Hunger Games movie could get into the nitty-gritty of capital versus district violence, and explore the bloody roots that the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and the Hunger Games came from.